Importance of special verification. Special verification is an advanced level of background verification used for high risk roles, sensitive positions, and critical decision-making profiles. It goes beyond basic checks like basic identity validation checks, address, and education. The main aim is to identify the hidden risks and understand the candidate's real, true behavior and his background. It includes reference verification, social media check, vendor or business verification, field intelligence, and reputation analysis. This helps companies identify hidden risks not visible in the documents, what lies under the documents which cannot be seen. Understand real behavior and the employee's real attitude towards the work. Detect fraud, unethical activities, or false information, and build trust and ensure safe hiring decisions ultimately for the company. Without special verification, companies may hire candidates who look prim and proper and correct on the paper, but there can be other hidden risks which are involved. This can lead to financial loss, internal issues, and tarnishing of the company's image. Now, the process. Verify business registration like GST, licenses, and company records. Check office location and operational status. Review past clients and reputation. Validate financial and legal status as well. Now, moving on to reference verification, what is the process? First, collect reference details from the candidate. Contact previous managers or colleagues from his previous organizations that he used to work before. Ask structured questions about performance and his true nature and true behavior. Cross-check answers for consistency in his answers. The key checks to follow in this process: work quality and performance, honesty and integrity, team behavior and communication, and the reasons for leaving his previous job. The results, of course, it can either be positive, neutral, or a negative. This certainly helps companies to understand the candidate's real working style and reduces risk to a great deal percentage. Vendor business verification is also very important when you're working with third-party vendors, agencies, or service providers. Key checks to follow in the vendor verification would be: A. Legal existence of the business. B. Operational activity of the vendor. C. The market reputation that the vendor has. And finally, the financial credibility. Social media check, which is so important nowadays. It checks the candidate's online behavior and digital presence in the virtual world. Review public profiles like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Analyze posts, comments, and activities in the candidate's social media background and profile. Identify any risky or inappropriate content, which is again a very serious red flag. Now, the key checks to this are professional image, communication style, negative or highly suspicious and controversial activities. And the results can be: the candidate can be clear, or it can be a matter of concern, or high risk. Now, the field intelligence verification involves ground level investigation to gather the real correct information. The process: conduct local inquiries, speak with neighbors or local shops or contacts nearby to gain access into the correctness or validate the candidate's information, and observe their lifestyle and surroundings. Well, let us all now look at the key checks. Local reputation, lifestyle versus income, any hidden or suspicious activities. Result: clear, suspicious, and risk. Behavioral and reputation analysis. What does that do? This check mainly focuses on understanding the candidate's mindset and long-term behavior. The process: analyze his past records and references, evaluate consistency in career and behavior, and identify risky behaviors earlier on. The key checks: stability and reliability, ethical behavior, attitude towards work and responsibility. Now, let us look at the massive action plan for special verification. Start by identifying roles that require special kind of verification, especially high risk or sensitive position. Always combine reference checks, social media analysis, vendor verification, and field intelligence for complete risk assessment. Use structured questionnaires and verified sources to collect accurate information. Cross-check all details from multiple channels to avoid errors. Identify red flags earlier on. Maintain proper documentation and audit records for transparency and compliance. Always take candidate consent before verification process. Train your team to handle sensitive data carefully, and use digital tools and verification platforms to improve speed and accuracy. Now, let us look at some case studies to help you and all of us to understand better. Now, this happened in Delhi, India. A company partnered with a vendor for outsourcing services without proper verification. Basic business documents were checked and everything seemed real and perfect. After a few months, service quality deteriorated and payments were misused. Now, let's look at another case study. Location, this time Hyderabad, India. A company hired a team leader after completing all the basic required verifications. His documents, experience, and education credentials were all perfect and correct. However, special verification was not conducted. After joining, multiple complaints were raised about his work ethics and his performance in the company, and also his basic attitude with his colleagues. Later, during the internal interview, reference checks revealed that the candidate had similar kinds of behavioral issues in previous organizations as well. Social media analysis also showed negative and aggressive communication patterns. Result: team conflict, loss of productivity, and eventual termination from the company. Further investigation revealed that the vendor had poor market reputation and previous complaints from other clients as well. Field intelligence showed that the office was not fully functional and operational. As of now, you got to know about the basic standard information about the background verification process. If you would like to know more and advanced information, then there are 3 ways to learn that advanced information. Number 1, you can either buy the book, which is the self-learning. Number 2, you can either buy the book plus the recorded video course, or there is another option, which is the book, recorded course, and live industry expert solutions, case study based approach. Any of these 3 methods, enroll today or click on the link given below.